This is the morning of the 5th of August, 2024. Article on the WLT report put up on, looks like the 4th of August. Put up by M. Winger, W-I-N-G-E-R, title, UK on brink of civil war. Rioting spreads as Muslims attack whites with abandon. Now, you've heard me say this more than once. United Kingdom or Europe is a snapshot into our future. What's going on there right now will be going on right here in the United States of America with these desert rats. It's an all-out war scenario right now in cities across Great Britain, with the murder of those 3 little girls being the final straw that caused the people to say they've had enough. I did a video on those 3 little girls that were murdered by a 17-year-old, and I wondered why that could be. A 17-year-old could be so vicious. And then we found out that he was a follower of Islam. These are the 3 little girls who were murdered by a savage black in cold blood in England yesterday. This is what is sacrificed on the altar of diversity. See those cute little girls that have their whole life in front of them. A 17-year-old boy has been charged with murder of the 3 young girls who died following a stabbing at a Taylor Swift-themed dance and yoga class in Southport, England. In the early hours of Tuesday, August 1st, Merseyside police confirmed in a news release obtained by People that the teen has been charged with killing BB King 6, Elsie Dot Stancombe 7, and Alice da Silva Aguiar 9. In the knife attack, which took place around 11:50 a.m. local time on Monday, July the 29th. The 17-year-old boy has also been charged with 10 counts of attempted murder and possession of a bladed article, per the news release. The attacker just happened to be in a fundraising commercial. Was this attack on the kids planned in hopes of starting a civil war? The guy who stabbed 3 girls to death in Southport was in a BBC fundraising commercial as Doctor Who. He looked he had a bright future in front of him. Sad. Let's see what's in this clip. It's up on X. For whatever reason, I can't get the volume to play. So let's go back to the post. Don't know why the volume didn't play, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's going to move on. And so the Muslims that have no qualm about being violent have welcomed this as an opportunity to step up their attacks. Does that sort of surprise anyone? Huh? Well, it shouldn't. And target any white they see. Liverpool and Manchester are where the biggest clash is happening. Muslim immigrants in Blackburn shouting Allah Akbar to hunt down British patriots. Where are British police with their truncheons, dogs, and horses? Let's see what happens here. You know what they're screaming, don't you? Muslim immigrants in the UK are gathering in many cities shouting Allah Akbar to hunt down British patriots. There's another one up on X. Yeah, it's just pretty much insane. And you can see that they're Muslims. You got those stupid beards on their faces. Got to go back to the clip. Muslims hunting for whites. No police in sight. Only shitbags carry weapons. Let's see what's in this one.
Can we go towards that?
It's amazing how many Muslims are pretty much everywhere. You know, we got hundreds and hundreds of mosques throughout the United States. But in Saudi Arabia, there's not one church and there's not one synagogue. Don't you find that sort of interesting? I certainly do. Got to keep going back and forth. How many English people must die before the people push back against the tyrannical leaders and their plutocrats who seek to destroy civilization and the whites? But the native Brits aren't backing down this time. There is an uprising in England against mass immigration. Looks like the Saxons have begun to hate. Let's see what's in this clip.
Fuck off! Get them, lads! Get the fuckers! Smash that shit to it! Get that shit done, man! Get fucked off, man! Watch yourself! Watch yourself! Watch yourself! Get me out! Get them out of here!
They're destroying it. People are in it. They're trying to tear the doors off. Well, they wouldn't do that to me because I pack a 5 1/4 XDM 45. And I'd be justified in putting a couple of rounds right through the windshield into these mentally deranged, inbred savages. That's part of the problem. Go do a search on inbreeding and you'll be amazed at how many countries like Pakistan have a very high population of inbreeding because they screw their own daughters and they impregnate them. Riots flare in another city following misinformation. UK riots flare following misinformation about Southport stabbing. 3 children were brutally murdered by migrants and the police did nothing, so half the country has erupted into mass riots. The migrants are also throwing acid and hitting people with hammers in counter-protests. The police are overwhelmed. Let's see what's in this. Cars on fire. I mean, these people are just fucking crazy. Brain-dead liberals quickly attacked the Brits for defending themselves. The people who begged for sympathy for Palestinians being invaded are now telling natural-born Britons they don't belong in their own country. This will never work. It's totally insane. Writing is the language of the unheard until whites do it. Humza Yousaf, the former First Minister of Scotland, now is getting wrecked in the comments. No one is buying this poor Muslims. They're the victims. Beware the far-right nonsense. Muslims are messaging each other with advice on how to stay safe and avoid because of the far-right. And some folks are moaning about whether we should term thugs with swastikas tattooed on their backs who are attacking mosques as far-right. Yeah, you're the problem. A foreigner telling native white Brits what is acceptable in our own country. Fucking cheek of it. You're all getting sent back. Where the hell were you when the white women and the girls were being raped and continue to be raped on an industrial scale by Pakistanis? Again, they have a very high inbreeding population. All those countries do. How do MPs live with themselves knowing 1,400 girls in Rotterdam were raped by Muslims grooming parties, gangs, and no one was held accountable? Many know rapists will walk free. Police and counselors who covered it up walk free. And this is going to go on this day all over Britain. Rotherham police failed more than 1,400 girls, yet none lost their jobs. British police did not arrest Muslim immigrants with knives, hammers, and axes. However, they did arrest an unarmed white patriot woman. The British police are a joke. You can see them arresting this blonde-haired woman. Muslims in Stoke prepare for chaos. They are armed with clubs and cutting tools. Let's listen to this.
هیچ هزك ناتوانه لدنيا امي زمان مشكله ايه بشرنا كي بو شرنا هاتوين بو اوا هاتوين دفاع لقوم بكين بو اوا هاتوين دفاع لمسلمان بكين امش لنا شوي كزنا ماوي قضايا الله اكبر الله اكبر الله اكبر محمد رسول الله محمد رسول الله to all the brother and sister, all the Muslim brother, all the different religion, we here.
You know what's really sad is the countries that welcome these desert rats have no idea what they've done to themselves and to their countrymen. You take these desert rats out of the deserts, but you can't take the animal that's inside of them. If you take a look at history, the majority of the Middle East was at one time Christian. And over time, these desert rats, they do what I said they do. They infiltrate. When they get enough of them, like we see right here in the United States where we've got the squad, they dominate, and then when it's time, they subjugate. This is exactly what's going on right now in the United Kingdom. And if you don't think that's going to happen here in the United States, you're delusional. There's tens of millions of them that are here right now. And what happened in Israel on October 7th will look like a cakewalk into comparison what's going to happen here in the United States. It's scary, folks. But we allowed it to happen because we did nothing to stop it. I'll attach the link. Look at it. Pass it along. And thanks for listening.